Let's look today at how the Islamic marriages, they help to have a beautiful and a successful marriage. What is it in an Islamic way of life? What is it in the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah that helps us to bring out the beauty and success of the Islamic marriage? Once we came across a Muslim sister, a teenager, and she was saying all happily, full of dreams and expectations, saying that when I get married, I'll have the hottest guy for a husband, the most perfect guy to get married. I'm going to marry Mr. Perfect, the hottest guy, that's going to be my husband, that's who I'm going to get married. It's not just one Muslim sister who's like that. This is how many people, not just Muslims, but non-Muslim girls, this is how they all are raised, this is how they all grow up. Another scenario is that of some Muslim boys. I mentioned about Muslim girl, now about some Muslim boys. Not one boy, not one Muslim brother, but a number of Muslim brothers. Not just late teenagers, even early adolescents, saying that when they get married, they want someone who's like a celebrity, a movie star, a supermodel. If not all together, at least almost like it. These are the dreams of our Muslim youth. It is with these expectations that the youth of today get into the marriage. A third is an example of a Muslim lady. She didn't come from a Muslim background, but she did become Muslim at some time in her life. She attended a Friday prayer, and the Imam in the Friday prayer, according to what she said, a sister who I've never met but spoken to, he said on the minbar in the khutbah, according to what she said, that the Muslim marriages today, those that have problems, it is only because the husbands, they are not they're not like the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who was the greatest husband, the greatest man who ever lived in the history of humanity. This led her, as she said to me, this led her to eventually feeling dissatisfied with her husband, that she can get a better husband, and she felt dissatisfied and she came wanting a divorce from her husband. Let's reflect upon these. It seems, according to the Muslim teenager girl, according to the Muslim adolescent boy, and according to this sister who's been married for a while, according to them, you would end up believing that the essentials of a beautiful, successful marriage is either to have the hottest guy or the hottest girl to be married to, or to have someone who is no less perfect than Prophet Muhammad ﷺ or Khadija radiallahu anha. Let's now look today at an Islamic marriage. Let's look today at the Islamic way of life, the Islamic way of getting married, how that helps to have a truly beautiful marriage, a truly successful marriage. Some of the contributing factors to have a beautiful and successful Islamic marriage. Before a person gets married, you would have realized, the youngsters, everybody else, we know that in Islam, you don't go out on a date with a guy or a girl. There's no blind dates, there are no other dates, there are no one-night stands, there are no such things like that. In Islam, there is no girlfriend, there is no boyfriend. As we also know, the Prophet ﷺ actually said in authentic hadith that to be pierced in your head by an iron needle, that is better than actually caressing or touching a woman. Some people would like to have girlfriend and boyfriends. They would say, I want to have a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Maybe we live together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, check out one another, see how they are. Do we get along? Do we click? Do we share the same sense of humor? Do we barrack for the same sports teams? Do we love the same pet? You know, let's get along and get to know all the things if we can have a good life together. Then they start to living together. First they date, go out together, then they live together. But as they're doing all of this, each of them is trying to put the best look to the other person. Why? Because they like the other person. That's not you, but you're trying to make them like, or you're trying to be what they like, just so you could get married. Then they get married, and then they have children, and they find with the pressure of the children, with the pressure of the jobs, with the pressure of maybe the kids screaming and other responsibilities, pregnancy for the wife and other things, he or she might behave differently to what they were before. Not because they've changed, but now new challenges are coming in life. With new challenges, a person reacts in one way, a different way, and so on. Meaning life is full of challenges and it changes from one phase to another phase. When you date someone and have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you don't have the chance to check them out in every phase of life. That is why the way of Islam, the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most wise and all-knowing, the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is for us to check out the girl and the boy before marriage, but to find out about them. Are they good people in the most essential things about life? Is their character good? Are their looks good? Are they good people? How do they behave? And then you find out, is their personality compatible to mine? And it's not just the person, the boy or the girl, because they're still young. It's their wali, their guardian, their parents. They help out to find out the boy or the girl if they are compatible with you and how they really are. They ask around other people without you knowing. This is how in Islam we first find out the most important we first find out the most important characteristics of the person. How is he, how is she in the most important things? When they're good in all those important things, then the guy and the girl get married together. And then they get married together with an expectation and an understanding that yes, my wife, my girl, my husband, she has the most important things, they're all good. So they're happy with the main things and they embark into a life of beautiful marriage and successful marriage with a firm intention and knowing fully well and not being deluded that nothing will be what I don't like. They know that the important things are all there. Now the little matters will all adapt to one another.